All right, how's everybody doing tonight? I just did the Honda video just a minute ago. Had to move all, I don't know how many is there. I think there's 36 now. Loose Hondas that I got in the loose collection. I had to shove all them over here to the left. And I want to go through these 2025 Matchbox collectors. The one thing I do like about the Matchbox collectors, I've pretty much collected them ever since I started getting real heavy into diecast. And they don't look that great, once you start looking at them until you get one out of the box that you really like and you start to realize, the kind of the value you get for your money. I'm not saying all of them are that great because there's a few of them I'm not crazy about. But what I do like about them is when you do find them in the stores at a Walmart or a Target, 9 times out of 10, it'll be 6 or 7 of the same model that you already have, and it's not very desirable. There'll be another 6 or 7 on the next peg below it that are the same exact model, and they may have just one, like a one-off, right? And I'm not sure how these things are boxed, how they do it. I don't know if they come, 1 through 5, 5 through 10. I'm not real sure. I've never found a box of them. But when you find one of these things, it's almost like, to me, the way I like, as much as I like them and as much as I seek after them, I would much rather find a new Matchbox Collectors than a Super. I just found 2 Supers in the wild, and all the time I've done this, and they sat on my shelf, and I parted with them the other day because I said I don't care for them. They're nice, they're pretty, they have a good story when I found them, both of them do, but people just go way nuts over them more than I even care to have them. So this is a better find for me than a treasure hunt or a super treasure hunt. And when I picked these up the other day, I was coming from across the very far side part of town, and I stopped at this Target when I do go that way home. This one was laying flat on top of some of the Jada cars, and I said, "Oh, great! This one's actually really nice. Of course, we're gonna get out of the package to get a good look at it, but the Apache Chevy pickup and the detail on this one's actually really good." A buddy of mine had found this truck, and I forgot that he had actually found it. I was really after this one because I love the RX-7s, and so I started digging around, and this is the car they had about 10 of. This was the only one in the Porsche they had, and I'm glad I grabbed it. So obviously, if I don't have them, I'm buying them. I don't care if they have 3 there that I have or 20. I really go after these things. Probably just more than anything else I have. Premiums. I'd take these just as good as I'd take an M2 Chase or a Greenlight Green Machine or an Auto World Ultra Red. So just know that these are a fan favorite of mine. I think I have 35 or 40. I haven't actually counted them. I've got them in a stored album, on my phone, and they're behind me on this shelf. I gave you all a little pan view of those, and I haven't added to that shelf on the NB collector side, with the exception of those 2 I got from my buddy down in Rio Grande City. So let's cut these open, check these out. These are all 2025. This is truck car number 6. That's the look on the back. Cardboard box. I told you what I do is I cut bubble wrap the length of the box. I roll the vehicle up in it, and I shove it out. I've cut these things open since I got them. This car just doesn't do anything for me, and these are cars that I want to get out of the box and check out, and I wanted to store them in the box they come in like you're supposed to. So it works out really good for me, and that's just how I've always done it. But I'm still careful about cutting these cards off because the boxes can get damaged if you just pull them off real quick. Oh man, this thing is super. Oh, look at that. Double die cast. Very nice. This is a great surprise. So what really grabbed me about this truck was, I'm not crazy about this year model of Chevrolet. It's very iconic, and I'd love to have them, but they're just not really my thing. But the blue and yellow Goodyear livery, for those of you who need a little history lesson, you can say whatever you want about Goodyear, about how they operate these days, including myself. But they were very instrumental in the war efforts. And at that time, they were really backing our country. And they were full steam ahead. And Goodyear has a big facility right down the road from where I live. I mean, they're only 5 or 6 miles down the road. And I actually worked at several places next door to Goodyear. So this really struck home with me. The paint and the livery scheme really caught my eye. And I did not know that this was a double die-cast model. Really nice. Let's do a roll check. Rubber tires, real quiet. This is a very nice truck. If you have one of these and don't have it out of the package, do yourself a favor. Get it out. Little wannabe looking wood floor. But look at the detail on that thing. This is a nice truck. This would make a great desk rider. Yeah, I'm so glad I found this. It was like destiny. Anyway, there's truck number 6. I have 3 or 4 2025s. I can't remember the models, but this is definitely a pretty nice lineup. I love these cars. I love anything Porsche. And any of the AMC cars, the Rebel, the Javelin, the Rebel Machine, they're all great. So this is a 88 Mazda RX-7, car number 8. They put these wheels on a few other Matchbox cars, like the moving parts and some of these other Matchbox collectors. It really reminds me of like the majorettes. Great roll quality and a great nice tire and wheel, but the color is just, make it metallic gold or something else. Make it a bronze, because this color is just, it's not that great, if I'm being honest. There's a little picture of the card art. Nothing fancy. The truck did not have moving parts, which is kind of strange, because normally these have at least one moving part on them. The RX-7. Nice Tampo detailed engine bay. Look at that. Great detail. Even got the Mazda up there on the trunk lid. Beautiful. Undercarriage is so-so, but I'm sure it rolls just fine. All these things do. The Matchbox collectors and the majorettes and the Jada pink slips and what have you, they all roll pretty similar. They're not affiliated except, Majorette and Jada, but I do like the roll quality of all 3 of those brands. This was no exception. Sweet. That's a real treat. That truck is stellar. All right, car number 9. Again, these are all 2025. This is a 918. Yeah, Spider. Apparently, again, I know a little more about Porsche than some people do. But again, no means an expert. But I believe this is the car that's actually really difficult to drive. I may be not thinking about the right model, but you don't see these everywhere because I think they're just so expensive, at least around here compared to other Porsches. But from what I'm told, if I'm getting the model right, I noticed these don't have the rendering on the box like those other ones do. Which is, whatever. But I thought that was kind of cool how they did the rendering on some of the other ones. I know in the 2024s and 23s they had them, but apparently they don't do them on these. No moving part on this one. That's fine. Casted mirrors, kind of a flat wrap looking paint scheme. Really nice detail. Casted mirrors. Nice mid-engine model. Yep, as expected. Just get in there and look at that. Look at that. Even got the brake lamp on there. Still glad to have it. All right, last one, car number 10. It's a 70 AMC Javelin. I bet the paint on this car is really nice. It kind of reminds me of, I think, the 24 model. I can't remember what car number it was, but it's a 69 or a 70 Mustang. It's like that jade green. Really pretty car, and man, it looks really good outside the package. Cut these things all up the wrong way. Open the hood on this one. Really? Come on, guys. You can't hardly see under the hood of that RX-7. It looks next to perfect. This is basically just a molded block of clay. But the paint on this car is beyond exceptional. Got the 390 badge on the front fender there. These things were nasty. I mean, these cars weighed nothing. They had a lot of power. And unless you opted for the Posi-Track rear end, these things were one-tire fire machines, man. But this is definitely probably the best looking car out of the bunch with the exception of the truck. Pretty accurate detail on the undercarriage. And I'm a green guy. I love green. I don't care what color green it is. Lime, regular, turf green, hunter green, polo green, jade green, British racing green. It don't matter. This is a sweetie right here. Pretty accurate wheel choice. Fairly close to what come on these cars. But this one is not... Oh yeah, it is. It's just hard to tell. It's got rubber tires on it, which I figured it would. Rolls great, obviously. Okay. Definitely not a disappointment. I was very glad to get these. I knew they'd be really good. That truck definitely stole the show. That was way better than I expected it to be. This car is definitely a close runner-up. Definitely an honorable mention. The RX-7 is nice. I like that they detailed the engine bay under the hood. That really kind of helps that car out because it's okay. I mean, the casting itself and the model is great, but that really helped that car out. Plus, it was a convertible. This car was a little bit of a disappointment, but still a nice model, and it is a good variation of being different than these. I know it's not consecutive order or run, but the 2025s I do have, they're not that great. One's the BMW M5 German police car. Good looking car, but I don't care anything about, any of the first responder stuff, if I'm being honest, unless it's like NYPD. The other one's like a Datsun rally car, I think. It's a nice car. It's got a lot of detail on it, but this is probably up there being my favorite Matchbox Collector's vehicle that I own currently. Man, this thing is, it's nice. Very nice. All right. We'll keep this one to under 15 minutes or so. Quick little one I wanted to knock out tonight and get it uploaded so y'all can check it out. If you see these on the shelves, do yourself a service. Grab one up. Definitely this truck here, unless you're just a Ford purist. I would say definitely this car if you're into muscle cars. It's not a disappointment, especially for the money. These are $4.99 at Target. Same thing at Walmart, I believe. But anyway, enjoy this. We'll not be doing some content for the next couple of days because we'll be out of pocket. But I'll be thinking about everybody, and I'll be looking for some new ideas. And again, I need some feedback. What do y'all want? You want more of this, less of that, etc. Drop in the comments. Stay safe. Have a good Labor Day weekend. Enjoy your family and time, and we'll see y'all next week.